My dear viewers, for background, before I start, when I once lived in West Haven, Connecticut, my late mother and I knew a psychic named Daniel C. Bretter. I knew him because he was a substitute teacher in West Haven public schools. My mother knew him because he was a customer at a restaurant where she was a waitress. Mr. Bretter did a reading of my horoscope, and I still have the audio tape. Back in 1991, I was a history major at the University of New Haven. I planned to be a history teacher, buy a single-family house early on, and spend summer vacations visiting Europe. Mr. Bretter predicted in his horoscope reading that I was in the gathering stage, and I would not use the knowledge I acquired until I was much older. Mr. Bretter was right. In 1995, I was a student teacher at Shelton High School. I was not as good with discipline as I wanted to be. Students complained to their parents. The parents complained to late headmaster Timothy Walsh III. Walsh then fired me. Someone involved in the student teaching part of Southern Connecticut State University, John Permont, would not let me try to student teach again somewhere else. I got the master's degree in history, but I never got teacher certification. Ever since 1995, I feel I have been living a life that I am not supposed to be living. Now back to Mr. Bretter. Mr. Bretter died in June 2004. It was a few months before my mother and I permanently moved to Grand Isle, Maine. Last night, I had a dream that I was helping a band adjust their sound system. There was a part of the room where they were barely audible. I then saw an elderly Mr. Bretter sitting down at a table in the distance. I had a false memory that he was still alive, and my mother had last talked to him by phone in Grand Isle, Maine in the early 2010s. I went to Mr. Bretter and I began to tell him about my life since 2004. I then suddenly woke up. I have a few different interpretations of the dream. One is that I might soon die and join Mr. Bretter on the other side of the curtain. The other interpretation is that I will soon use my history degree to make a living. Some people have suggested that I teach in a community college where maintaining discipline is not such an issue. However, my thought process is that if you fall off a horse, the time to get back on is immediately, so you can then laugh and not be afraid, not decades later. I will let the viewers discuss their interpretation in the comments section below. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.